But this body is entirely an expression of what we are here to learn, but also how we have aligned ourselves with who we are. It takes on that form. But when we relax our focus and content, instantly, watch what happens. When you just relax your focus, which is actually a way to focus. Relax your focus on things. Try this out. And notice how the sense of I am, I exist, not as a person or as this idea or as my parents' struggle, or no, just purely I am, I exist. What a beautiful space to get used to and to learn to come clean into. This is the true confession booth, is the silence of your own heart, the silence of your own presence. Because nothing unreal survives. If you become silent enough, if you become present enough, any little strain of thought that is the subconscious mind, conditioned from the past, or any other type of mental distortion, and any thought really is a distortion, it gets seen. Whereas if you run around chasing objects, running from sense perception to sense perception to sense perception, to social experience to social experience, to social validation, and call it friendship. Let's go and validate each other. Yeah, great. 5 p.m. today? Great. Let's grab a coffee while we validate each other. If we keep running only like that and we never reconnect to the silence, the pure, empty presence of now, we're just rats in one of those, what do you call them? Hamster wheels? Or we're hamsters in hamster wheels, I guess. And I'm not asking you to stop those activities. Not at all. You're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. And I want you to explore what that is ever more fully, every single day. Wake up excited to dig deeper, crystallize further, realize who you are, why you are here, and how you can make a difference using your unique incarnation, your unique skills, your unique challenges, which are also an example for other people. They learn from this, vibrationally, subliminally, and verbally, physically, obviously. Your existence is never in vain because every single moment is an act of expanding creation through your eyes, giving to the one infinite consciousness this unique, individualized, illusory, but still relevant angle on the infinite possibilities that be. And your relationship to the world of perception is a new moment that has never occurred before, every single nanosecond. And it matters. You matter in that way. But just don't get full of yourself that you think you're separate in all this. That again is like the long blade of grass thinking that it's moving itself. A blade of grass does not move. Humanity is like a field of grass where each blade thinks that it's moving itself. And it's judging how the others move themselves. And we forget the invisible, the formless. But an individual who's not afraid of their individual power, their individual sovereignty, their individual uniqueness, and yet at the same time does not forget to honor that ever-connected source from which it comes, came, will always come from which it cannot be disconnected. An individual connected in their consciousness deliberately through acts of repeated moments of recognition throughout the day of this natural basic state that cannot be escaped, the state of I am. You've never had an experience without being there. There was always the I am. That is, upon exploration, it reveals itself. Again, try it for yourself. Don't take my word for it, because that's not very powerful. Do the practice. The practice will reveal that power, that capacity, that unified field within your direct experience. It's the only way it's going to set you free from the illusions of the ego mind. And then here's a request for many of you. Which is to not fall into the extreme of not being able to allow or appreciate the dance of the ego mind, or I should say ego minds, because what this world needs, in my opinion, is shepherds, beings who are of a certain level of consciousness, self-awareness, integrity, alignment, honesty, transparency, truthfulness, clarity as to who they are, why they're here, and what the nature of reality is, experientially, not conceptually, experientially. Meditation, intuition, trust those gifts. But then bring that forth for as long as you have the energy to do so, as a gift to humanity. Give this knowledge. How can I be of service? Without infringing upon anyone's free will, how can I make a difference? Through being the difference, through exemplifying the difference, through modeling the difference. Preaching comes very, very last. The talking, at some point this will end, at least for my expression. It's the boring stuff, but our minds in our society need to hear the words generally, to allow the conscious part of the mind to begin to drop into the intuitive mind, open up the heart space and understand these principles experientially. We need that permission slip of something being spoken, being reflected to us. So here it is. But don't stay at that level. Don't make it about any of the concepts. They're just tools to drop you in. If you can be with silence, go deeper and deeper into the silence, the stillness of being, it will teach you everything you need to know. It's a far better teacher than I, as a body, as a mind, could ever be. It's the very presence of your existence that is the teacher. And that becomes the teacher in you, the more clarified, the more purified your mind is, the more it aligns to that basic, infinite, limitless, timeless space of now. The less it's running after its objects to try to satisfy its own existence, to consume life. What can I get out of life? Instead of, how can I be? What can I be? What can I radiate? What can I contribute? How can I make a difference? How can I be of service? But when you stop that rat race or hamster race, suddenly, again, magic starts to happen. Something starts to blossom in your heart. And it's indescribable. No one can give it to you. No one can take it from you. It's the sovereignty, the beauty of the inescapability of your inseparability with God.